Hello, parents.
This is Ms. Mason, and I am a science teacher at Lawson Middle School. I'm looking forward to an awesome school year, and I just wanted to introduce myself. And this is Brutus, African gray parrot, whom I adopted about 20 years ago. He's 24 years old. My educational background includes a bachelor's degree in zoology from the University of Georgia and a master's degree in forensic science from the University of Florida. I also studied veterinary medicine for 3 years at the University of Florida's College of Veterinary Medicine. I originally was planning on being a horse vet, but I love the creativity and the interaction that teaching provides. I love working with students, so I decided that veterinary medicine was not for me and teaching is. So I have 15 years of teaching experience, predominantly at the high school level, where I taught classes from AP biology to freshman biology. And I do have some years experience working in middle school, teaching science. Some of my personal interests include painting, horseback riding, and hiking. I'm a huge nature nerd, so I'm glad to be here, and I look forward to an awesome year. Even though it's going to have some challenges, it'll be a lot of fun. I really feel like it's very important in science to showcase creativity and critical thinking, because science is one of the most creative fields there is. So in my classes, we will incorporate a lot of creative challenges through engineering design. So students will be working as engineering designers in engineering teams, and they will be solving scientific problems by creating original solutions. And they will present those solutions in the form of three-dimensional prototypes. I like to incorporate a lot of project-based learning and engineering design challenges in my instruction. I will be providing students with an engineering challenge, and they will work in engineering design teams to develop an original solution to a scientific problem. In distance learning, I still want to incorporate a lot of collaboration and as much engineering design as possible. In Google Classroom, every Monday, I have the week's worth of work. So the assignments are listed by the week. There will be daily YouTube lessons that students will watch and answer questions. So there's like an interactive video, and it's really to simulate live instruction. The YouTube videos are really the lectures for the class. So in science, we will still be using the engineering design process and the scientific method, even though we're doing distance learning. And I have provided weekly challenges for the students. So every week, they will have an engineering design challenge. And usually it's a collaborative project, so the students will work in engineering teams. The exception to that was this first week when the students worked individually on their paper plane projects. But we will be, every week, I will provide a weekly challenge. It will be assigned on Monday, and the students will have the whole week to work on it. It'll be due that Friday. And it will be either engineering challenge, an experiment that they have to make, or a large-scale project that relates to the topic we're studying in science. And those projects will be posted on Seesaw. They will incorporate a lot of videos. Since we don't have as much personal interaction, I mean, the distance learning is very distant and impersonal sometimes, so I think the videos make it a little more personalized. The live meetings are going to be mainly for collaboration related to the engineering design challenge or the scientific laboratory investigation or large-scale class project they're working on in class. So that is time for them to interact, collaborate, communicate with each other. I'm really looking forward to an exciting year. We're gonna have a lot of fun this year. Even though it's distance learning, we can still collaborate and communicate in just a different way of doing it. I really believe in transparency in regards to communication with parents. I feel it's very, very important to hear feedback immediately. If you have any questions, concerns, please send me an email. I try to respond as soon as possible, or if you want to set up a video conference, please do. In science, there's been a transition to instruction that is guided by the Next Generation Science Standards, or NGSS. And NGSS really is just a way of making science more relevant for the students, more interactive, and it involves really using the process of science more than just memorizing facts about science. It's like a paradigm shift away from instructor-centered lectures of just factual information to a more student-centered, interactive learning experience where the students actually are part of the scientific process and engineering design process. I'm following the NGSS standards in the class and incorporating as much engineering design challenges and scientific experiments as we can possibly do in this distance learning environment. Students will be using engineering design process and learning about entrepreneurship. I'm going to treat them as if they are already CEOs of their own business. 8th grade science is physical science class, so it's really chemistry and physics. Some of the projects and engineering design challenges we will do in 8th grade include creating a periodic table amusement park, modeling atoms, making their own slime, the Mentos soda experiment, and demonstrations of dry ice, and different experiments involving gas laws and chemical reactions. So I will try to do as many experiments as I can, but with the distance learning, it can be a little challenging with chemistry. In the physics part, we will be doing a lot of engineering challenges that really range from creating vending machines and candy machines to creating a pinball machine, designing a mousetrap race car that's just powered by the energy stored in mousetrap, and creating a roller coaster. And my plan is also to have each student create their own amusement park ride and talk about the physics behind it, and we'll put them all together and really develop a class amusement park. So in these projects, the students have to think creatively, they have to think critically, they have to collaborate with their engineering design teams, and they have to communicate the results. They have to talk about their inventions. I will include a lot of presentations where we will simulate a Shark Tank show, and students will act as CEOs of companies that they own and present their newest invention or their company's newest innovation to a group of sharks. And the sharks will be the rest of the class. So their classmates will act as investors and decide which company they want to invest their money in. So in this process, we're going to learn about business skills. In science class, students will be using engineering design process and learning about entrepreneurship. I'm going to treat them as if they are already CEOs of their own business. And so they work in engineering teams, and they will be challenged to create inventions and design solutions to scientific problems. So they will work in engineering teams, and they will be challenged to create inventions and design solutions to scientific problems. In my classes, I try to incorporate skills that are valuable in life, like regardless of whether or not your student goes study science or medicine or engineering. My method of teaching is generally project-based learning. and incorporating engineering design challenges and entrepreneurship skills.